How's it going, Nitrosites? It's me, the Nitro General here, and today I'm bringing you another Pokemon Top 5. And today it's my top 5 favorite Pokemon. Now, if you watched my video from last week of my top 5 Pokemon first, then you know in that video I stated that I was going to make this video that same day, but I've kind of been blown out lately, and I haven't really had a lot of ideas for videos, so I thought maybe I'd spread it out a little bit, and I'd post that video today, and so hopefully by the time next week comes around, I could have another idea for another good video. Originally, this video was going to be a top 10, but just because there's almost 900 Pokemon now, but I feel like it's a little daunting and not a lot of people care too much about it. But if you guys do enjoy this video and you want to know what my other top 5 favorite Pokemon are, then make sure you leave a like down below, and I will add in either a second part to this, or I'll just make a full top 10 and just restate this video in that. So just make sure you leave a like, comment down below, tell me if that's what you want to do, and I will do it. But so for now, I'm only redoing my top 5. But before I actually get into the top 5, I just want to let you guys know that tomorrow, on the 27th of February, Nintendo is having a Pokemon Direct, which they are going to be releasing the new names for the new Pokemon games. And who knows, they could be talking about, they could be showcasing the new starters, or the new legendaries, or whatever it is. I don't really know if that's what they're going to be doing, or if they're just going to be talking about the names of the games. But either way, I'm going to watch that tomorrow, and then I will make a video, or maybe I'll make a video on my thoughts about it and everything like that. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure to leave a like down below too, because I am super excited. But so without further ado, let's get into the top 5. So like I said, I was originally going to make this a top 10, but I shrinked it down to a top 5, and it was really hard for me to pick a Pokemon for the 5th place, because there were 3 awesome Pokemon that I have been really going back and forth on which one I wanted to put in the top 5. And those 3 Pokemon were Lapras, Absol, and Weavile. Now, the 2 that I don't pick will be my 6th and 7th, so if you guys do want me to make a top 10, then you already know what the 6th and 7th place Pokemon are. But, so after some thoughting, so after some thinking about it, I picked one of these Pokemon for 2 reasons. So coming in at the number 5 spot is, drumroll please, that was a really bad drumroll, is Absol. Now Absol, the first reason is, I just love Absol. I just love the look of it. It's, the disaster Pokemon. It only shows up when something bad is going to happen. So you always know, like in the Pokemon anime or the manga or whatever, that when you see an Absol, then you're always like, oh shit, something about to go down. So, but I also really love its design. I love the sleek white with a little bit of black on its face, and it has the blade coming out. I just think that's like a super cool. I would have thought it was even cooler if it had 2 blades, but the 1 blade is pretty sick. Not to mention the shiny is awesome. I love red, as you can probably tell by my wall, which actually that's probably about the color of the shiny Absol is. It's red instead of the black, and the white stays. But so that's really cool. And I always had to have an Absol on my Generation 2 team. It was always just so cool. It was either Gen 2 or Gen 3. I think it was Gen 2, but I'm not completely sure. But yeah, it's just so cool. But the second reason why this is my top, in my top 5, is because it has my favorite Mega Evolution. Now, Mega Evolution was released in Generation 6 in Pokemon X and Y. I think it was Gen 6. Yeah, it was Gen 6. So, and I always really loved that, and then they carried it on to the remakes of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they added in so much. I think Absol was added in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I just love it. I love how it basically looks the same, but it's got like these really cool majestic angel wings that come out like the back, so it's kind of like an angel of darkness, which is super cool to me. I love the Mega Absol. I think it's the coolest. You know what? No, it was released in Pokemon X and Y because Serena had a Mega Absol when you go and battle her at the battle resort at the end of the game. I remember that. So that's why Absol takes number 5 spot, because it is just awesome, and its Mega Evolution is the coolest Mega Evolution that, in my opinion, that they have. You know, there's a lot of cool Mega Evolutions like Garchomp and stuff, but I really, really prefer Ninetales. Um, Absol. I guess you guys know what number 4 is going to be. Coming in at the number 4 spot is Ninetales. I kind of spoiled that for you guys on accident. I was getting ahead of myself, but I love Ninetales. It's my favorite Generation 1 Pokemon. It was the first Pokemon I shiny hunted for in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I actually didn't get it until I got the shiny charm. I shiny hunted for it like 6 times, and I either spent so much time on it that I quit and looked for another one, or found another shiny. I actually found a shiny Chansey, and I found a shiny Rattata in shiny hunting for it. I actually didn't catch the shiny Rattata because I was waiting for the shiny Vulpix, and I never got it. So it actually took me until I got my shiny charm to get it, and it still took me a couple days, but I finally got it, and I could not be happier. Now, if I had to pick one form of Ninetales, I would rather have the Alolan Ninetales. I love the look of Alolan Ninetales. I wasn't actually, surprisingly, I wasn't keen on it when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, and they released the Alolan forms. Actually, the only Alolan form that I really liked was Alolan Marowak. I didn't really care for any of the other Alolan forms. A Sandslash was kind of cool, but I really, really, really preferred the shiny why do I keep saying shiny? Alolan Marowak. But Alolan Ninetales is really, really growing on me. The Ice Fairy type I think is a really, really, really cool typing, and that's why on my Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu team, I have a Ninetales, and I have a shiny Ninetales, and I have a shiny Alolan Ninetales that I may or may not have bought off of eBay. I don't care. I spent like $5 on it. It was my favorite, but I'm kind of feeling stupid now because if we can't transfer them over into the new games, then I kind of just, it was kind of stupid to buy it. But either way, I love Alolan Ninetales. It's beautiful, majestic. People always ask me, you know, if you have a favorite Pokemon, then if you could have one Pokemon in real life, what would it be? And it would definitely be Ninetales, because it's like a badass dog. Plus, it's just beautiful, majestic looking. It's not really great for competitive battling. It's pretty frail, but it hits hard. Actually, my Alolan Ninetales, I can almost go through the entire Elite Four with just the Alolan Ninetales at level 100. So, but that's not really saying very much, because the Alolan Ninetales in this game, or the Elite Four in the new Pokemon games are really, really, really easy. So it's not really that much of an achievement to be able to do that. But yeah, so yeah, that's why coming in at the number 4 spot is Ninetales. Now, coming in at the number 3 spot is kind of a Pokemon that not many people say is their favorite, but I have a legit reasoning at why this is my favorite Pokemon. But yeah, so coming in at the number 3 spot is Melodic. Now, Melodic is my favorite water type Pokemon by far. I'm not sure. I think it was introduced in Gen 2 or 3. But it was always like one of those Pokemon that was like the hardest Pokemon to ever get, because you had to catch Feebas, and then you had to level him up with full beauty, and then you get Melodic. And I was never able to do that, because the way that you did that is if you did pageants, which they had in Generation 3. I don't know if they actually had it in Gen 4 or not. Actually, let me know in the comments down below if they had it in Gen 4. I don't remember if they did or not. I want to say that they did, but I don't know. But I do know that they did have them in Gen 3. So I think they had them in Gen 3 at least. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, I think they had them in Gen 3, and I know they had them in Gen 4. So just let me know down below. But it was one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Melodic. I love the look of it. It's just so majestic. It should be Dragon type, but it's just water. So it was just such a hard just such a hard Pokemon to get. I actually have not once ever successfully evolved a Feebas into a Melodic. I've never successfully done that. The only Melodic that I ever got, like in an actual Pokemon game, was through trade. Now I'm pretty sure the first Melodic that I ever actually got in a game wasn't until Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. To be honest, I probably had them in other games, maybe if you could catch them, but I never actually traded for them, I don't think. But I actually got a shiny one from trading somebody in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, one of the shinies that I had Dexnav hunted for, which is, by the way, my favorite way of shiny hunting so far. But yeah, so Melodic, so that's why it's coming at the number 3 spot, because it was just so hard to get, and it was just, in my eyes, it was just one of the coolest Pokemon I'd ever seen. I had a couple Pokemon cards of it when I was a kid, and I remember the art on one of the Pokemon cards was it just like swimming around in space, like around the world, and I always thought that was super cool. Now I know that it doesn't exist in space, but so I don't really understand the art-wise of that card now, but I do remember swimming like that, and I used to think, oh, that's so cool, and I love the look of the more than the male. I like the female version better. It's got like the longer ears and stuff, but it's really bulky and it hits hard. I have I have a shiny one on, like I said, on my Mega Ruby and Sapphire team, and if Pokebank ever comes out, you bet your butts that's coming right to the new Gen 8 games, along with my top 1 favorite Pokemon that you'll see. But so that's why Melodic is taking the number 3 spot. It seems like my first 3 are all like majestic Pokemon, but the top 2 are not. So coming in at the number 2 spot, and my second favorite Pokemon is also one that's a little weird. I haven't heard that a lot of people think it's one of their favorites, but it's Crobat. Crobat is awesome. Again, I have a shiny Crobat that I had myself. I got a shiny Zubat or Golbat. I can't remember. I think I Dexnav for it or something. I don't remember. Well, I know I got it myself, and then I evolved it myself, and I just love Crobat. I love the look of it, and just, I don't know. It's just so cool. I just love it. It's like badass looking, and it's a poison flying type. It gets an amazing moveset. And competitive, I love using, like mine has Air Slash, Cross Poison, Venoshock, and Double Team. Because I have a Toxic on other Pokemon, and then I'll hit it with like a really, really hard Venoshock, or I'll hit it with a Cross Poison or an Air Slash because the stats are so great. I mean, it has like a 300. It's either high 200s or low 3. I think it's high 200s in like special attack and attack wise. It's got super high speed, and with Double Team, it's just unstoppable. Because when I throw it out, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, it's just a Crobat," and then I just throw out a couple Double Teams, and they're always like, "Oh crap!" And then all of a sudden, I just sweep with it. It's just amazing. Competitive battling with Crobat is amazing. So yeah, so that's why it takes the number 2 spot. Always will and always has been Crobat. So I am super excited. But coming in at the number 1 spot, my favorite Pokemon, it had always been Machamp up into Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I actually got this Pokemon in Pokemon X and Y and decided to transfer it over to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it was the baby Pokemon in X and Y, transferred over to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and now it's level 100, and it's in my Ultra Sun and Moon game, and it's been on my team ever since the first day that I got Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And that, ladies and gents, is Blaziken. Now, I know that it's always kind of stupid for longtime Pokemon players to like starters and or legendaries as their favorite Pokemon, but there is a strong reasoning behind why. Not only do I love the look of Blaziken, it's my favorite starter. I got a Torchic in Wonder Trade in Pokemon XY, traded it over, a shiny Torchic, and then evolved it. It's level 100 now, and let me tell you guys, this Blaziken, I have never one time lost a fight. I think maybe 1 or 2 times I've lost a fight with it, but I have done hundreds of battles with it, and I've hardly ever lost with it. It's amazing. Not only is he level 100 and shiny, but he has solid 6 IVs, he's adamant, and he can Mega Evolve. So let me tell you this, guys. So when I competitive battle with my Blaziken, whose name, by the way, is Peppy Paul, I didn't name him that. Again, that's what his name was when I traded it from X and Y. I was like, this is a really stupid nickname, but now I will never name a Torchic or a Blaziken anything but Peppy Paul, because he is my Peppy Paul, and he will always be. If I always wonder if one day I'm gonna come across this guy who traded to me in X and Y and be like, huh, I named my Torchic Peppy Paul. And he's like, oh wait, is that the same one? But he's just so amazing. When I competitive battle, I Mega Evolve, I Swords Dance once. Depending on the Pokemon that's out, I'll even Swords Dance twice, so I'm at +4. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I do double battle, I always send out my Dusknoir with Blaziken, and I use Sunny Day. So when I have Sunny Day up, I have a two or four Swords Dance. It can be a +2 or a +4 Sunny Day, Mega Evolved, Stab, Flare Blitz, and I don't even know how to say, guys, that move almost always one shots, just because of the sheer power of Mega Blaziken is insane. It is the best Mega. Looks wise, not. That's why I love Mega Absol, but it's easily the best. I've watched countless videos on people talking about best Mega Evolutions, and Mega Blaziken almost always takes the top. But that's not why. It's just I've had him since Pokemon X and Y, the ending of Pokemon X and Y, all the way up until Ultra Sun and Moon. He has been on my team. Just transferred him over to Pokebank, and he has just demolished, he's crushed battles, guys, like crushed them. And he's just been by my side, and I don't know. It's just I always think that Blaziken will be my top 1 favorite Pokemon. I just always think he will be, just because of how just awesome he is. He's just awesome. And looks wise, he's super cool, and he's my favorite starter. But the reason why he's my favorite isn't just because he's a starter, just because of the bond that I have had with Blaziken since that game. Yeah, and I always picked Torchic when I played Gen 2 anyways, or Gen 3, but yeah. So number 1 is Blaziken. So that is going to be it for me, guys. If you enjoyed, if you liked the commentary, make sure to leave a like down below. Make sure to comment ideas for videos. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. I try to make videos at least once a week, unless I think of even more ideas. But I have been super excited to post this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. So if you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. Again, hit that bell if you don't want to miss one of my videos. I understand I'm not really that big of a YouTuber, so you don't have to worry about it if you don't want to, but I would just appreciate if you hit that bell. But other than that, guys, that is it for me. Make sure you go back and watch my collab that I did last weekend too. It was my first ever collab. I'm going to plug it one more time in this video because it's super cool. I want you guys to go check it out, and I want you to go check out Spec Ops channel too. So, yeah, but that is really about it from me, guys. So I will see you whenever I see you next. Nitro General out. Peace.